Today we're testing out the Honda X-ADV 750 model year 2024. My typical saying at the beginning of the video is, well, there are no changes to the previous year. Only the colors have changed. I just saw this beautiful red and black here in the shop, and it was actually a test ride model. So I said I want to take it out and take some good pictures. And I own the Honda X-ADV model year 2022, also in red. There's some slight changes, as you can see. The rear is, they made it black, and you know, there's some changes to it, but basically it's the same bike. So if you have any questions about it, you can also ask me in the comments. That's the sister or brother model to the Honda 750. There's some changes or differences. When I bought it, I preferred this one here. To me, it looks better. Also, from riding it in the corners, it feels better. It is a little bit more lightweight in the front. The Forza is heavier in the front, I think. And for me, it actually felt better. And I never liked the looks of the Honda Forza. That's why I decided on this one, because I was really keen on getting this one. I really liked the front of it, and it really looks cool. Anyways, let's get to the controls, the display, and the storage space. So on the left-hand side, we have the brake lever for the rear disc brake. It is adjustable in 6 positions. We also, here in the front, we have the up and down switch. No, we have the up switch, basically. You just pull it, and then you get into the next gear, the next higher gear. And down here, we have the lower gear, so you can switch high and low gear. Even if we're in automatic mode, even if we're in full automatic mode, we can still switch a higher or a lower gear. That is no problem. Then here we have the light switch, regular low beam. We put it up for high beam, and we push it down for passing light. We have the mode button here. We have different riding modes. We have standard, we have rain, we have gravel, we have user, we have sport. And there's one additional mode here on this one then compared to the Forza. Here we have the gravel mode. We have a function button here. We have a switch here for up, down, left, right. We have the horn button here. We have the blinker switch here, which all works very nicely. And we have a hazard light switch here. On the right hand side, we have the throttle, we have the brake lever for the front disc brakes, also adjustable. We have the emergency cutoff switch here, including the starter switch here. We have the controls for the DCT. When you turn it on, it is in neutral. You always have to push the D button. When you want to ride fully in manual mode, you have to press the AM button, and then you can basically switch it with the switches I showed you into higher and upper gears. That's everything on the right hand side. Oh, before I forget, we have a parking brake here, which is very neat and nifty, I think, which acts onto the rear disc brake. You can lock it, you know, when you have it set on the side stand. I mean, you can also lock it when you have it on the center stand, but it doesn't do anything. But when you have it on the side stand and you want to lock it so that it doesn't roll away or something like that, you can set it like this. And a pretty nice little feature, because this is an automatic bike. So in the middle we have the display. It's a TFT display. You can see everything. It's very crisp and clear. Even under sunny conditions, you can see everything. You have the basic information on the display here. We have a RPM counter, we have a speedometer. You can see what we have here. Underneath the standard mode, you know, you can switch the mode here. As you can see, we have rain, gravel, user, sport, and all the parameters basically changed there. For sport, we have full power. If I set it now to standard, you can see the power is reduced, you know, and you can do that. Underneath we have the fuel tank capacity indicator. Then we have the tabs, the 4 tabs with all the data. You can put all kinds of data in there. They are interchangeable basically, but you already have here 4 tabs. This is tab number 1, number 2, number 3, and 4. I just see that I have it still in German. I will change it to English quickly. Now, if we press the menu button here or the joystick button to the right for a longer period of time, we get into the menu system. I don't explain everything. It's just too much. We can set the riding mode here, meaning we can basically adjust all of the 5 different parameters. You know, we can adjust ABS, drive, the engine brake, the power mode, and so on. That basically is the user mode. Then we have the shift point here. We can change the shift point if it will shift at higher or lower revs. Trip A auto reset, meaning when you go to the gas station and fill up, it will automatically reset. Econ mode, you will see green and red in the RPM counter telling you that you're riding efficiently or not. In the display, we have different display types here. We have loop, we have design, we have analog and digital, and we can also change the background of this actually. The brightness, of course, to auto and to normal or whatever you want. The background for white, black, metallic, auto. Favorite information, that's what I was talking about. All these tabs there, the 4 tabs underneath, you can adjust them to your liking with all the different data that you can find in here. It's pretty nice. The user letter, you can put your name in the display if you want. Date, time, unit, language, restore, default, Bluetooth pairing. That is actually this one is necessary when you want to pair it to your phone. And we have service, maintenance, equipment. In equipment, you have like the fog lights and the grip warmers. You can access them, but there are other ways also to access them through the function key. Actually, you know, if I press the function key now, as you can see, for example, I can switch the daytime running light to auto or off here. But since we don't have any other equipment installed, there's nothing else showing up. For me, I have grip warmers. It will kind of loop through them and say, okay, what kind of power setting do you want for the grip warmers? You can cycle through them with the function button here. That's basically all the functionality of the display. We have also a connection to Honda RoadSync through your app. Unfortunately, we do not have navigation. Well, we do have navigation, but only through Bluetooth headset. And you can make calls, you can receive calls, your phone calls, you can see WhatsApp messages, you can see the weather. That's all you can do with Honda RoadSync, and it also automatically records where you go and how far you go and how much gas you burn and stuff like that. Pretty nice. So let's get to the storage space. On the left hand side we don't have anything. On the right hand side we have a small little cubby hole which is very, very, very small. Maybe 3 Snickers bars can fit in here. It's not lockable and it is kind of flimsy and difficult that it closes nicely. I also have the same problem, and yeah, that's a problem with that. Then also we have the seat opener here. We can open up the seat and it looks like this. And this is the inside of the seat storage compartment. You can basically fit a full-faced helmet in there. Mine is a shark spot, and I will put the picture on the video for you. We also have a light in here, and we have a USB-C connection in there. This is what makes this bike, motorcycle, scooter for me very practical, because usually all the others don't have it, you know, which are more like a motorcycle. Only the Honda NX750, they have one in the front there, and all the others, basically you always have to carry your helmet around when you want to go to the supermarket or stuff like that. I don't have to do this, I just put everything in here. And I forgot to tell you about the middle console here. We have the ignition switch. You press it once and twice to start it up. If you want to lock it, you twist the ring to the left or lock the handlebar. You also have the fuel cap opener here and the seat opener here. It's a keyless go system, so the key always has to be fairly close to the front. Usually when I put it in the back of my backpack, it's already saying, hey, where's the key? I have to put it into my front pocket of my jacket to actually that it recognizes the key. They could have made this range a little bit better, but okay, that's how it is. So this is everything here. We have this, and yeah, that's everything about the X-ADV here. This is the Honda X-ADV 750 2024 model year, and we'll take it out for a little spin. Let's go. Sitting on it means it is a little bit higher than the Honda Forza 750. The seat height is 820 millimeters. The Forza is 790, so 3 centimeters higher, this one. And you can feel it. It's a little bit higher. And I have to tiptoe. I'm 175. And for me, of course, the Forza would be a better choice. But I selected this one for other reasons, of course. To start it up, it is fairly easy. Just press the starter button here. And then, as I said, you have to engage the gear. You have to press the D. And then you can see we're in gear 1. And then, you know, we're in standard mode. When you turn it off or on, it will always revert back to standard. You can switch the mode here. Rain, gravel, user and sport. Let's put it to sport. We're a little bit in the mountains here. And it shifts a little bit better. And the engine brake is higher and stronger. So that's better when you go down a hill. You have better engine brake performance. Some people ask me, there's no indication of the coolant temperature in the display, which is true. In the main display, no, but in the tab section here for the data fields, you can put the coolant temperature. It shows this in a digit format, so I don't know, 85 degrees or something. It will show it here if you put this onto this one of these fields here. As I said, the gear switching is done automatically, but you can either decide to switch up or down with these buttons here, or you can just select it to the manual mode, and then you can select all the gears manually. Half manual or full manual you can do. Yeah, the torque is quite massive actually on this one and on the Forza 750. From very low 4,700 or something like that, you have about 69 Newton meters. That is quite a lot. And quite nice. Actually, you know, you only need 59 horsepower and it feels very, very sporty. I do like it. And yeah, if you look into the specs, you will see that the power starts basically from fairly low down below. The handling in the corners on this one, in the front it's a 17-inch, rear is 15, it's very small in the rear. 17 is definitely enough. It's very stable in the corners, rides nicely, very, very stable. I like it very much. Yeah, it is basically a joy to ride. One thing which I did not or do not like very much, as I said, I own the X-ADV, is when you're in first gear and go in the city and go like stop and go traffic. The first gear is very, very rough. The DCT basically doesn't know when it wants to shift or when it should shift, and it's like boom, 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 boom. And that's what I don't like. But I mean, you don't have that too often. But when you're in a traffic jam or so, it might be a problem that that you will feel that the first gear is a little bit rough. Yeah, as you can see, it's pretty nice, pretty quick, pretty sporty, pretty nice. The windscreen, I put it in the highest position now. It is not that great, but it is better than nothing, and I might actually say it might be better than from the Forza. It is adjustable. This is the higher position. Actually, if you put it on the highest position, you get it above your helmet. It's not too bad. From the sides, of course, you have quite a lot of turbulence on the side. But yeah, it's not the worst, let's put it this way. I think it's actually better also than the windscreen on the X-Max. I think on the X-Max it was always quite terrible, the windscreen. Yeah, since I own the X-ADV, I don't really have much to say. It is a very nice bike. If you're in the market for one of these with DCT, very, very nice Honda Forza, or this one, depending on maybe what kind of bike you like, or what design you like, or which you like better. I personally like it very much. It's very nice in the corners, at least the X-ADV here, very, very nice. It handles very nicely. It feels like a motorcycle. You have the suspension of a motorcycle. It doesn't feel like a scooter. And it basically feels, you know, the brakes and everything. It feels like a real motorcycle. Although, of course, some points, you know, okay, maybe DCT, maybe a bit more scooterish, or the underseat storage compartment maybe tells you it's more scooterish. But on the other hand, you have a chain, you know, which brings the full power onto the rear wheel. There are some other differences, like, you know, suspension, stuff like that, which makes it more of a motorcycle to me, I think. However, when you sit, how I'm sitting here at the moment on this seat, you sit like on a toilet, you know, as I always say. But you can stretch to the front, you can put your feet to the front. If you actually install, I had these sidebars installed on the side, these crash protectors. Then you cannot put your feet all the way to the front. So that's a little bit of a bummer, actually. When I got it, say, hey, I cannot put them really to the front anymore. It's a little bit more crowded when they actually install these sidebars, or whatever you call them. But other than that, pretty nice bike. I like it very much. 2 thumbs up for the Honda X-ADV, or the Forza, of course. They're both very nice. It is very practical for me, because I don't have a car, and I need the underseat storage, but I wanted to have a little bit of a bigger bike, and that's what basically why the X-ADV came into play here. Yeah, that's all I can tell you at the moment. If you have any more questions about the X-ADV, let's put it in the comments down below. Thanks very much for watching. This has been Alright Out. Take care. Bye bye.